Hi everybody, this is Technasia and I'm right here in my studio in Paris. Technasia is formerly a duo from Hong Kong with myself. I'm from France, from Paris, France, and my partner is Chinese from Hong Kong. We established our label in 1996 and I'm now the only member of the former duo. And well, it's been a lot of singles, a lot of gigs everywhere all over the world for these last 15 years. I did my last album about 5 years ago, and I kind of like to leave about 4 or 5 years between this kind of project because I think albums are still very important today, even though the market is not what it used to be when it comes to selling music. It's still very important for an artist, me included, that you need time to grow with your music, grow with your different things, different techniques that you learn about making music and stuff like that. So I did my last album about 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, last year I decided that it was time to actually work on this kind of project. So like every artist on this planet who is working on an album would tell you, it's a very hectic work, very intense. You've got to work day and night on it, and it's very good to work with deadlines as well, so that you feel under pressure, doing things. And well, I started last year. It took me about a bit less than a year to finish it. It's quite a lot of tracks, about 18 tracks, because I wanted to give in this album the Technasia sound in full. Some people know me for my techno DJ sets. Some people know me for my old school funky techno housey tracks. People know me for different things always. And I've always tried to be very global in what I do. Especially in the music that I produce. So I really wanted this album to be covering the different kind of music that I can make, and this is why it's 18 tracks. Of course, it's all pretty much 4/4 beats, house, techno, but it's very different mood on each of them, and I think that's really what I wanted to achieve in the album. I don't think I would have been able to make an album like that when I started my career. I needed to really learn, spend time making a lot of productions to be able to add all these little details that come here and there. But I really wanted to have a very broad, different kind of mood throughout the album, so that you don't feel like after you listen to the 4th or the 5th track, you're like, okay, I heard it all. That's the problem I have sometimes with DJ producers who make albums. The albums usually tend to be one kind of sound. Some good tracks, of course, but if an artist is known for techno or for house, it's going to be that kind of house is known for throughout the whole album, And I like to be actually surprised with music when I listen to electronic music. And it doesn't have to be innovative, because to be innovative today is very difficult after 25 years of electronic music, but it has to surprise people in the way you bring it to them. And yeah, this is basically what I try to do.
I'd imagine there must be quite a lot of pressure on you when you make a Technasia album anyway, because they always feel to me like a bit of an event. When a Technasia album arrives, it seems like it's quite an important thing. It seems quite special.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's because of the position I had in the scene throughout the years. I started a long time ago. I had a few good hits, but I never really decided to take it to another level, or to try to be a superstar, commercial DJ or anything like that. Some artists do that, and I totally respect that. Some artists do prefer to go in that direction, but I always decided to stay actually what you could call underground. I never really cared too much about the actual appearance of myself to the public. I always believed that music speaks by itself, rather than just appearing with, I don't know, sunglasses and new haircut. Well, I don't have hair anymore, but it's not really something that it's cool in a way for the artists who are doing that. It's a way of expressing themselves. But for me, it's never been like that. And in that way, because I deliberately decided to stay underground throughout all these years, that's also maybe the reason why my music has credibility, whether it's good or bad. Whether the people like it or not. But they will maybe spend a bit more time listening to it because they know that I'm not doing this for bullshit. Basically, you know, it's my passion, it's my life. So maybe that's the reason why.
Has it been tempting to? Because surely you must have been able to do the whole superstar thing.
I don't find that very interesting. The only interest that you can have in that, that I could have in that personally, is the money, you know. But honestly, I've been DJing for many years, you know, and I don't need more money, you know. I think being a DJ is probably the best work you can ever have, you know. It's people who are doing this job can actually live their own passion and get very good money out of it, you know. So yeah, I could expand. I could try to make, I don't know, another kind of cocoon thing, you know, and try to have a very huge ego and try to have a lot of people around me. But I don't find that very, very interesting, to tell you the truth, you know. And maybe I will regret that in a few years. But you know, I was always free to do whatever I wanted to do. Back in 2000. Labels, Virgin, you know, subdivision of Virgin labels, the actual division who launched Daft Punk at the time. They wanted to sign us for 2 albums, because at the time my single Force was out. It was a big hit, and they contacted us. We love your music. We want to do 2 albums with you, but we declined the offer because I was really not seeing myself working with, I don't know, people that I've never met, you know, people that I don't know if they share the same passion for music as I do, you know. Would have been good maybe, you know, or maybe it would have been bad to do it, but that's something that I always was very important for me to stay true to myself.
How is the DJing going? Is that something you enjoy doing, or is that sort of public thing? Do you prefer to avoid that?
You know, I remember in 97 or 96, I was doing a radio show in China, and I made an interview of Laurent Garnier in his home. That was the year I met him, and I was doing a few interviews of different artists. And I went to his home, and he's been DJing since, I don't know, 1910, you know, I don't know, like 100 years maybe. And I asked him, like, hey Laurent, are you not bored to DJ? And he just answered to me, are you not bored to fuck? So, you know, that's the only answer. I think that's the best answer I've ever heard, you know, for anybody that says like, hey, you're not tired to do this job, you know. You know, it's human. It comes from the heart. It comes from the body, you know. I don't want to stop it. I enjoy it all the time, every single gig. You know, I don't like to complain as well, you know. I think, like I said, it's the best job in the world, you know. You make people happy in a club on music, and most of the time on your own music as well, you know. So what best can it be? I like to be in clubs. I like the atmosphere. I like to see the way people behave in club. They behave quite bad sometimes, you know. But I found that also kind of maybe necessary evil, you know. Our society is just so strange. There's so much pressure today that, you know, you just want to let it burst in a club, you know. And I think it's a very interesting part of our society, and still very dark and very underground. And in the media, people don't really talk too much about that part. They talk about the superstar DJs, they talk about this, you know, but they don't talk about, you know, these small clubs where you get really, really, really fucked up, you know. And I think that's the best part of it all, you know. That's the best part. That's our human nature. That's like, let's forget everything. All this music is based on that, you know. It's based on people that had, you know, not such a good life, you know, and just wanted to forget everything during the weekend and just go on and on and on and on, you know, until it never ends, you know. So Detroit, Liverpool, Manchester, Belgium, you know, these kind of areas where at the time was not really, I wouldn't say not happy to live, but life was definitely not maybe as easy as it is today, you know. And this is where our music comes from there.